Are these disease variants?
Yeah, so I'm going to add the disease mutations in. The work in our lab, in the Miller lab, has been pretty much focused on sort of how disease mutants that people who have some sort of diabetes or hyperinsulinemia, how those mutations actually affect the enzyme that winds up causing the disease.
I would say for the last 10 years we've been working on understanding how this enzyme works in normal humans and also how disease variants are dysfunctional. I guess the benefit, I think, of what Carl's been able to do is take some kind of underlying themes that we've been working on for the last 10 years or so and really push that in a new avenue, into a new direction.
Grow these cultures overnight, and it's just a pretty common bacteria called E. coli that's present in our gut. What we wanted to do is we wanted to use a technique called proteolysis to try and map the sites of disorder in the enzyme. Some previous work that we had done had suggested there were multiple places where the enzyme was really, really flexible. But it turns out there was just one spot in the enzyme that was really, really flexible. And so that led us to go down this path of exploring these different disease mutants in the enzyme. So we would make the mutations, then make the proteins in the lab and see how the disorder, the flexibility, how the structure all changed. And what we were able to find is that it turns out a subset of these disease mutants looked quite a bit different than what we had seen in the past, and sort of, for a little while we were a little confused by the results, and we had to come up with, expand our model, expand our explanation of how these disease mutants work to encompass this new form of regulation or misregulation in the form of disease.
And so I think long term, over the next 10 years or so, we'd really like to get a full picture of how this protein's structure and its dynamics become realized inside of a cell and inside of a living system and provide the glucose sensing capabilities that it does.